Hey there, I'm Julia McCoy. Welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, you know that I explore the deepest recesses of the artificial intelligence rabbit hole. How will AI affect humanity, life, our ability to be a human being, and potentially lead us into the greatest age of abundance humanity has ever seen? That's what we discuss on this channel, and if you're new here, welcome. If you like to look ahead into the future, you want to be a part of technological progress and not get left behind, this is the place to be. Today's topic: are we on the brink of creating machines that truly think for themselves? How far away is the singularity when humans potentially merge with machines to become the ultimate versions of superintelligence? We're going to explore this in today's video. But first, I want to share with you some books that have given me some insights and inspiration for today's topic. The first one is Rise of the Robots by Martin Ford. This book was written in 2015, so surprisingly almost 10 years old, but it has a ton of great insights in it. In fact, the author was predicting the full automation of all human labor and talking about how automation would replace even the most skilled workers. So he was ahead of his times. In Chapter 9, Superintelligence and the Singularity, Ford lays out some reality of what we can expect from a potential age where we have superintelligence that merges with humans. It's a very logical approach to this almost metaphysical concept. In 2014, physicist Stephen Hawking wrote an article that sounded an alarm about the dangers of artificial intelligence. Along with other co-authors who were also physicists at MIT, including Max Tegmark, Hawking warned that the creation of a true thinking machine would be the biggest event in human history. And he said it could outsmart, out-invent, and out-manipulate us. And he said that if we dismiss this concept of the power of a true thinking machine, it would turn out to be our worst mistake in history. Was Stephen Hawking right? Today we have something known as ANI, Artificial Narrow Intelligence, also called Narrow Artificial Intelligence. Everything that we see in the replication of human behavior and human reasoning. On the behavior side, robots that can make hamburgers, run the grill in a restaurant. On the reasoning side, algorithms that can write stories, content, even music, trade stocks on Wall Street. This is all artificial narrow intelligence. We haven't achieved AGI. Now there's some speculation from some pretty open hints from OpenAI that AGI could be coming online. If not, it's already built and it just needs the compute to come online. But that speculation aside, what we have right now goes no further than ANI. But if you think about what ANI can replace in the workforce, as Ford points out so well in his book, Rise of the Robots, a lot of the tasks we do at work are routine and predictable. So can ANI replace us in many ways? The answer is yes. Machine learning algorithms that can churn through reams of data, organize it, make sense of it, create content from it, is enough to threaten enormous numbers of jobs at all skill levels. None of this work requires machines that can think like people. In fact, a computer doesn't need to replace the entire realm of your intellectual capability to do your job well. It just needs to be able to do the specific things you get paid to do. And this is why in my own workplace here as the president of Content at Scale, an AI company that produces human-like SEO undetectable content, one of the goals in our leadership team is how do we replace ourselves with AI? That said, this is not a robot talking to you. This is actually the real Julia McCoy. Or am I? I'm just kidding. But back to the topic. Artificial narrow intelligence is already so successful that it has passed the Turing test. And if what we are currently working with is a level of artificial intelligence so good that it is replacing up to 4 billion jobs across the world, 100 million in the US alone by this fall, we need to think carefully about what AGI will look like. There's a lot of obstacles to overcome before AGI gets here. With compute infrastructure 10xing every 6 months, I believe it absolutely will get here in our lifetimes. OpenAI themselves have predicted an AI system become much smarter than us, coming online by 2027. If we augment human intelligence with technology, such as AGI, we will be sharing the planet with something entirely unprecedented. A superior intellect that we're going to have to classify as alien, not because it dropped out of an alien ship from another planet, but because it is entirely foreign to us. An artificial intelligence that can think, create, generate, predict, invent, far beyond the capabilities of any single human. The idea of modifying humans around superior intelligence has its pitfalls. Eugenics is an interesting field to study. In China, the Beijing Genomics Institute has already collected thousands of DNA samples from people with the highest IQ numbers, and they're actually isolating the genes associated with intelligence. From these genes, they could modify embryos to drive higher intelligence in the Chinese race and even merge this with technology. Is this something that's good for the human race? This I'll discuss in a later video. But for now, back to ANI. While the term AGI, artificial general intelligence, has gotten a lot of kickback because some say there's not a ton of clarity around what that even means, the word general in AGI is actually a good definition of what AGI will bring, which is a general level of artificial intelligence superior to that of a human. With general understanding, AGI can surpass ANI in the main limitation it has right now, which is general understanding of the world, the human race, and the context of the situation it's put within. But we shouldn't wait for this specter of AGI to be out before we take what we currently have, which is artificial narrow intelligence, seriously. The problem that ANI will face, which will only be solved when artificial general intelligence is here, is the limitation that AI systems like GPT-4 will have because of an inability to handle entirely new or complex scenarios, especially scenarios that revolve around a personal human experience. When we blend the incoming data from the humanoid market, walking, talking robots that interact with the human race, with the growth of compute to run serious LLMs, the growth of machine learning, and neural nets that resemble the mind of a human, these problems will be solved. In particular, I think being able to replicate myself at work so I could be freed up to focus on the more meaningful aspects of what I do, like connect with people during an event from stage in a video like this, is a massive benefit. So as you keep learning about AI, balance the hype with the reality. We have ANI right now, artificial narrow intelligence, and there are some limitations. That said, ANI is powerful enough to replace more than 4 billion jobs around the world. If you're in a position where your task is easily replicatable by AI and the work you do is a series of steps that can be automated, it's time to get out. In fact, one of my videos, How to Lose Your Job to AI, raises the idea that now is the time to be out of work, learn everything you can about AI, or get a job, or you upskill, you become AI proof. You're working in and with artificial intelligence. This is how to secure your future. As always, be sure to drop me comments. I love reading from you critical thinkers that go deep down the rabbit hole with me, and I look forward to seeing you down the next rabbit hole.